All right, League, it's time to get into week number 2's notes from the commissioner. All right, number one, didn't want to talk about it in the first week, but as your loyal commissioner, I got to talk about it week 2. I don't know what the NFL and the NFL players are doing right now. There are a lot of crazy things going on with players doing all sorts of foolish, stupid things that they don't need to be doing off the field. And it's now really starting to not only affect our fantasy football league, but it's really starting to affect the community and the world as a whole. The NFL, you guys got to do a better job. You got to figure something out. You're really tarnishing the brand, and you're not making individuals look great. And you're not looking great as individuals right now. Roger Goodell, I don't know what your next move is. I'm glad that I don't have to deal with it. I'm the commissioner of an 18-team fantasy football league. I don't get paid for it. You make like $500 million. Make a decision. Make a smart decision. Think through it. We've got to figure something out here. I love the NFL too much for it to go down over players making really, really bad choices. Again, I got nothing. I had to speak on it, though. NFL players doing stupid stuff. It's killing the league, and it's not helping our fantasy football teams. All right, number 2. And number 2 kind of talks a little bit about number 1. What is going on with star players in the NFL right now? I don't get it. You know, we all spent so much time in an 18-team league trying to figure out who we're going to draft, who we're going to take with our first pick, who we're going to take with our second pick. If I take somebody with my first or second pick, I expect them to be a top scorer week in, week out. I know this week there's been a lot of injuries. Injuries play they play a huge part. But here's a number, something to think about. Out of the 25 top scorers in week 2, only 8 of those players were drafted in the first and second round. Again, there's been injuries, there's been players doing stupid stuff, but only 8 players, only 8 of our first picks made it into the top 25. It's unbelievable. Players, come on, step your game up. Step your game up. I didn't draft you for you to stink it up. Make plays, get points. I got Peyton Manning, I expect 35. I don't expect 35 from the likes of some of the people we're getting it from right now. Come on, stars, make plays. All right, switching gears, time to talk about the player of the week, the coach of the week, the team that is doing work. And this week, we're going to have to go to the DMC, to Stephen James. Stephen James gets the win, gets off the schneid, gets a big victory. He lost last week playing Mike McGinn, who's still scoring a bajillion points, but the number 2 scorer in the league is Stephen James. Be on the lookout. He might be somebody to watch for, unless he's playing yours truly, and then he goes down. And McGinn, I'm coming for you too. I haven't forgotten. But big ups, Stephen James, player of the week. All right, it's time for number 4, the GOAT of the week. So, as your commissioner, Maria, I gotta apologize because you lost last week, and I'm kind of the reason it happened. I'm gonna have to take the blame as the GOAT of the week this weekend. So, in case you didn't see, Maria, Plusle Muscle, lost to everybody's favorite, Reina Over You. So, going into the week, we all know what happened with Adrian Peterson. He wasn't able to play. And so I emailed Reina and told her to just start somebody else. I think she started Dexter McCluster. He scored 3 points. I said, Maria, you don't have to worry about it. What are the chances that those 3 points are the reason you lose? So on Monday night when I looked at the final scores and I realized that Reina won by 1 point, I did the quick math. If she didn't score those 3 points from Dexter McCluster, who I told her to put in, she would have lost by 1. Maria, my bad? All right, now it's time to get to number 5, the game of the week. Got a lot of good games this week. A lot of 1-1s going up against 2-0s. I got a couple 1-1s versus 1-1s. But this week, I want to take it to the bottom floor as we look at 0-2 versus 0-2. Team Barbecue Source versus the Louisiana State. My dogs, go Water Boy. Because right now, one of you is about to go to 0-3. You know, you might be able to make it work with 1 and 2, but starting out 0 and 3, it's going to be challenging to make it to the playoffs. If you lose this game, it might be time for a yard sale. And if you're looking to get rid of any of your actual star players, you know who to call. Forget the rest of them. Hit the commissioner up. You got my number. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoy this week of fantasy football. I'll see you next week. Commish out.